visuals, and welcome back, channel. Welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week where it's never usually this sort of bad. Okay, minor fuck ups in our studio, in our equipment. Tripod's knackered. I've got nowhere really to place it and try and get over there and sorted and whatnot. But it's literally, it's on its last legs. I'm having to do a balancing act. So visuals, I apologise. We're back to the old days of the visual guys. I mean, I'm still ugly as fuck. Maybe a bit fatter. But we're back to the dark times. But it is Superhero Wednesday and the show must go on. I'm doing a lot of this like I'm a teacher and you're all a bunch of naughty little fuckers. You didn't do your maths homework. I'm going to give you 10 hits of the ruler, boy. Shit like that. We are back for a comic book review, and because the title and whatnot gives it away, it's quite fitting that we've wore the Mandalorian pyjamas this week. And visuals, we're going to do the Mandalorian issue number 2 of the comic book. Because again, right, okay. So before we carry on, I don't need to say spoilers because it's just literally a carbon copy of what happens on the TV show. If you've watched TV show, you know what happens in this. But I think it's quite fun to go back and take a look. If you don't want to rewatch the old seasons, just go through them and read them. You're going to have some beautiful covers at the end, which, depending on how many there will be, because my maths is shit, how many chapters there are, you could frame each season, and I think it'll be quite cool. But number 2 of the Mandalorian comic book review coming right up. Like I said, do not need to, if you've seen episode 2, you know what's about to happen in this comic book. And in comic book form, it's just as good as the show. I know that might be stupid because a lot of people say, "Well, why you can just sit and watch it? Why would you want to bother reading it and whatnot?" Well, it's still quite nice to go through and look through because a couple of like 1 or 2 things I completely forgot about. Like in this particular issue, we see the Jawas completely strip the Razor Crest. We have all of that shenanigans carry on, and I completely forgot that they did that. And another good thing about this, if you're complaining about reading, for a lot of the first, what I want to say, quarter of the book, there is no bubbles at all to read. You see this is one of the cool bits. Grogu sort of trying to use the early days of his force powers. Because remember, I think it was episode 2, which we'll get to very soon. There is a moment where we do see him first properly use his force powers. Mando patching himself up and whatnot because they get ambushed in one of the caves, and I can't remember the name of the planet they're on. And again, he sees the Jawas. He's like, "Oh, little fuckers." Taking parts of Razor Crest, stripping it right down, and we have this little cool battle with the Jawas, if you remember, where he's climbing the side of their moving fortress, whatever the fuck it's called. But it doesn't quite go according to plan, and the Mandalorian loses this particular fight. We got, I can't remember the pig face guy, whatever his name, but he basically says, "Listen, I can take it to them. You can try and trade something with the Jawas." I'm just recapping the episode here quickly. And they're saying, "Listen, we want your best guy." "No, you can't have that." "Okay, we want the child." "No, you can't have that." And they're like, "Oh, get us the egg." He's like, "What the fuck is the egg?" And then we remember at the end of the episode, he goes to like the cave or the home of this space rhino thing. Some proper Star Wars fans out there will probably give me the actual name of this creature. And he goes in and he has a big old fight with it. And he's not doing so well in the fight, remember. He gets fucked up, he gets dirty, he gets battered, he gets tossed about left, right and centre. But all of a sudden, little Grogu wakes up and he's like, "Listen, this is going to be my daddy. I need to save my daddy." And Wabooski, he's saved. They go in, they get the egg. The Jawas eat the egg. Happy days. He's got his stuff back. Him and the guy work on it and fix it all up. Grogu's passed out, and he's passed out for a good while because it took a lot out of him using them force powers because he did a big job helping Mando. And then that's it. And that's it. We're getting ready and on to episode 3, or issue 3, episode 3. Yeah, I love personally the artwork from this because visually the Mandalorian's such an aesthetically pleasing show. So to see it in art form in pages, it's glorious. It's beautiful. So I adore that. And it's I said it during issue 1 because I probably won't need to do a full series or set review because I probably will be repeating the same shit over and over again. But it is so appealing and so refreshing just to get because obviously we're on the way for season 3, 4, whatever the fuck it is now. It's quite nice to get a quickly fresh reminder without having to sit and spend all the time watching the show again if you don't want to, because what are we on? 45, 50 minutes an episode? Just quick 5-10 minutes read of this. You're all fresh, caught up. You remember the little story because the new series looks to be completely heavily invested on the bond and the future of these two. You know, we get in the trailer, you're a clan of two and whatnot. And this is a nice way just to refresh yourself if you've forgotten, if you can't remember, if you're a fucking idiot like me. And you can go through and relive the story of Mando and Grogu all together again, which is absolutely amazing. But they're fun books. They're drawn beautifully. Like I said, the dialogue's all pretty much, from what I can remember, basically the same. You still feel the tension, like, you know, the moment where the Rhino is charging at Mando and you could see Grogu first coming out and you're like, oh, here we go, here we go. You can still feel all that build-up and the confusion at the end when the fucking monkey guy and Mando are so confused what happened. They're like, what actually happened? And they're like, I have no idea what the fuck did happen. And it's all a bit, what's going on here? You can still feel all the confusion, everything, the intensity when he's trying to get his stuff out from the Jawas and the little standoff and face-off they have to bring them the egg and how happy and buzzing they are. You still get hit with everything nicely and beautifully in the Mandalorian comic book. Only 2 issues in. I'm going to continue to get the whole lot because, like I said, even worst case scenario, they'll be nice to have framed up wherever the fuck I can find room to frame them up, and at least look cool. But yeah, the nice harmless comic books, beautiful to read, fun little fresher reminder. Issue 2 was amazing. I'll go check it out. But yeah, if you think, wait, hang on a sec, these things look quite cool, I haven't even seen the show yet, maybe just go watch the show. Disney Plus, amazing, beautiful. You might as well watch Boba Fett as well, because that is just Mandalorian 0.0, 0.5, whatever. But there we go, visuals. That was my review, somewhat review for in the low lighting visuals hut of the Mandalorian. If you did enjoy, please, Wabooski. Let me know in the comments below anything you want to let me know about. Again, absolutely anything visuals. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the best. We'll just keep being you and keep on web slinging out.